All right, it's Paul Vermash. Here's the election 2025 Canada. Here is the thought for today. You know, we need to use common sense. And that old saying that said common sense isn't so common anymore. You know, there are things that we need to hold in tension and balance within what are promised to us in politics, or what we believe are important for our nation. The environment is super important. If we don't have a healthy environment, this world will cease to exist. But at the same time, humanity is going to have an imprint on it. And we have to define, how do we keep the environment as healthy as we can while we still live on it? There are practices we have for logging and pulling resources out of the ground that actually help us survive. You can't look around your home and something had to come from the earth to create what's around you. And so there is tension and balance. And if we hold one piece of balance above all the rest, we can actually create a huge amount of tension for the people of this land. You know, I work in small communities throughout the Vancouver Island, and people have to drive an hour and a half to go get groceries. And if we tax fuel so much, and yet people live in those small towns and have to work in those small towns, and there are actually no grocery stores other than the corner store, they have to use their vehicle to go buy stuff. But if you live in Toronto or Vancouver and you ride your bike 3 blocks, you'll say, well, I'm all for that because I don't care about the cost of gas. However, when we vote, we have to consider what's best for us as a nation. You can't vote, say, well, I don't care about this or I don't care about that. When we vote, we have to use common sense for ourselves and for what we're going to vote for when we consider others. And if we don't do that, somebody will promise something to somebody in an urban center or to somebody in a province or whatever it is, and it can swing the vote. And what's happened is we don't have common sense for our nation. So there's the thought for me. Just putting out little pieces so we can see the complexity of what we're voting for and why it's hard when we choose. And what creates some of the misalignment is we have to balance the complexity. So it's Paul Vermash. Thanks for joining me. Best wishes to you and our nation through 2025.